we need to wrap it up. Senator West, do you have questions?
You had indicated that there were some other areas, but there were 6 areas. Did you cover those 6 areas?
I covered the 6 areas. As there were a number of changes. Some were modified. Some individuals were was split off from the departments they were working. But the one I mentioned, since we've talked so much about religious freedom today and talked about the need to address anti-Semitism, well, it's kind of ironic that you would emasculate the office that the students would go to file complaints, where you get rid of those employees too. That's just mind-boggling to me. That means that smacks of insincerity.
Well, again, Gary, and first of all, Chairman had asked me earlier, did you want to testify? I didn't know that you wanted to testify. I thought that you wanted Dr. Gore to testify.
I wasn't going much.
The fact is that I don't blame Brandon Creighton and the Republicans. This is what they wanted. They wanted anti-DEI. They had the votes to get it. They had the votes because people don't vote. And so I don't blame them. I disagree with them. But the reality is that they have the votes in order to amend this. If they are successful during elections that are coming up, they can amend it any way they want to. Because the persons here that are against this particular legislation, we're not getting the votes out in order to make certain that we change the leadership, or synthesize the leadership, to make certain that we deal with this particular issue. And until such time as we do that, we can cry as much as we want to. But nothing's going to get done unless they're legal.
That is true.
Unless they, let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Gary.
Things we've done for this.
You're not letting me finish.
Compromises.
You're not allowing me to finish, please.
Sure.
Okay. And what I'm saying to you is this: is that we keep on doing the same thing, thinking we're going to get different results. It's not going to happen. Now, you're about to say.
I was just going to say that, but I read you loud and clear, and you know I said agree with you 100%. But I'm saying I think there's another part of that I think that you've been laying out, and I think that is the whole idea that what was occurring here in 2017 and 2015 was the ability to sit down with people and to bring it compromises, whether we're talking about the racial profiling bill, or whether we're talking about top 10 and changing it to top 7, the way that you sit down and say what's best for Texas and you reach compromises. But what I'm saying is at least the voices were heard.
That was then, this is now.
I know. And so it's a different world, is your point. And so I was trying to allow or put forth a supportive point for what you're saying to people, because we're here engaging in an exercise, but the question is what will come out in the pudding. Because when I look at what the universities have done with their over-compliance, they're going with the first bill that Senator Creighton actually tendered. The bill that actually passed with all the amendments and the carve-outs was not implemented. We see all the student programs that are on the chopping block that have been killed, eliminated, and they're supposed to be exempted from the scope of the bill. We see where the definition of what is DEI has been expanded in all these programs like Monarch that were actually included, and we see where the other alternatives in the bill that allowed you to keep some component part of the DEI program. Not one university has come and said, well, because of our grant funding, we decided to keep these, we modified DEI programs and keep them this way. So it's in there, but it's not.
That's true. It's got a lot of work ahead of us.